Okay, Steve, 24 hours since the defeat against Hereford, how do you reflect on that performance now?
Well, I've calmed down a little bit because I was really upset after the game with two or three things that unfortunately have seemed to become a habit, which I'm desperately trying to change the mentality a little bit, and that's, you know, when we do come under a little bit of pressure, we need much better reactions. We need much more positive, braver mentality, because ultimately we were dominating the game for an hour. They didn't have any space, they didn't have any answers. We took the lead deservedly. Should have took the lead again before half time, sorry, doubled the lead. Half time we came out, started the second half well again, and no, we didn't take our chances, and that's the story of why we didn't win the game. But once they get a little bit of a foothold in the game, they scored a very disappointing goal again, a free kick again, where we've been trying to stop free kicks, as in not giving silly fouls away. But after an hour of the game, you know, they just looked like they smelled blood a little bit, and our mentality has to be a lot tougher than that. We're at home, we're York City. We need to puff our chests out and get straight back on it after a setback like their goal, and we didn't. We responded badly, which again is a bad habit that the lads have managed to get themselves into over this season, and it's really disappointing at the end of it, because we had enough chances to have killed the game off, and then the end of the game, the way that it finished 2-1, not reflective of the performance necessarily, but I suppose reflective of how the season's gone and everything that we need to try and change about the situation.
You picked up 3 injuries in the first half. How significant was that in the result as well?
Well, you know, the defence looked very good first half. I don't think they had a shot on target. Dan's waited patiently for his chance, and that, you know, he came in, he done well, and it was a clean sheet at half time. So there wasn't a lot that needed to be changed first half really, but forced changes, which was Dan with concussion, Paddy with a hamstring injury, and Kempster with a dead leg. So you change three personnel really when things are going well. It is difficult. You know, I'm not saying the lads that came on were the reason we got beat, but you know, you don't want to make changes when things are going well. So obviously it didn't help.
You said Danny Parslow picked up concussion. Does that mean now he's not available to play this weekend?
Yeah, I think the protocol of the injury across football is that it needs to be sort of 7 days after a head injury. So yeah, that's another blow to us. But no, it's not bodies that we're lacking. It's just consistency and finding getting the lads into that mentally tough state where, you know, when we have setbacks in games, we respond to them like men, you know, like the players that they are, and they are good players, but they are in a little bit of a rut at the moment. But they need to drag themselves out of it, and that's my job to get them to do that. Alex
Kempster and Paddy McLaughlin, how close are they to playing on Saturday?
I think Alex has got a better chance than Paddy. Paddy's is a muscle injury, soft tissue injury, which, you know, it'll get better when it gets better. Whereas Alex is a hit, which means it's sort of a pain threshold thing. And I think Alex, the form he's in, you know, probably the standout player of my time here. I think he'll be dying to get back on the pitch and try and add to the goals that he's chipped in with. But we need goals from everywhere. You know, defensively, we've been nowhere near good enough. A lot of the goals that have gone in have been out and out mistakes, which obviously we need to try and cut out. But also the opposite side of the pitch, you know, kill off games when we get the chance. As I say, Hereford was a perfect example of that.
You spoke at the beginning of the week about a hitch in a deal to bring in a loan signing. Can you bring us up to date on that?
Yeah, we just, not just for us, but for the lad himself, we had a bit of bad luck regarding that. He was training on Saturday. He took a knock to his knee, and it was a lot more serious than they first thought. So the deal, because of that, he's going to be a couple of months with an injury. So we'll look elsewhere this week. But there's things on the horizon. There should be. But as I say, we thought that one was done and dusted.
Any chance of anybody coming in before Saturday?
There may be a chance of a sort of a swap type of deal with one of our players for another player to come in before Saturday. But as I try to do until that's over the line, I don't want to say too much.
Is it difficult keeping players happy when they're not in the team?
Well, fortunately for me, but unfortunately for the club and the team, there's not many players have got the right to come and knock on the door and demand to play, because virtually everybody's had a chance since I've got here. But as I say, we've conceded 11 league goals in 4 games, which is poor. And we haven't scored enough goals from open play or created enough at times. So everybody can do better. Everybody's got a chance, and then the only thing they can do is be the best player every day in training, and then take that out on the pitch on a Saturday. Don't leave it at the training ground. Take it out on the pitch on Saturday and show that bit of confidence that we're just waiting for. I would love to have a team that I don't change. I really would. That's a manager's dream, to use sort of 13, 14 players over a spell. That's all I used at Gateshead. We were 14, 15 players over most of the season. I'd like to be in a situation where I do that, but until players stamp their authority on the games and make it impossible to drop them, then I'm going to be still looking for the answers.
Moving on to Saturday's game now, Ashton United, a club in the bottom 3 of the table. It'll be your 5th game in charge. Is it fair to say it's the most important so far?
Yeah, I think, looking at the 3 games this week, I'd have been very disappointed if we didn't get at least 6 points out of it. My hope was 9, but that's not possible now. But if you play 2 home games and 1 away game, and you can come out of the week with 6 points, especially after the run that we've maybe been on, just to boost the confidence a little bit, then it doesn't look like a bad week at the end of it. Obviously, 9 points would have been much better, 7 points would have been better, but we're in a situation where the best we can do this week's now 6 points, and I'd be very, very disappointed if that's not the case.
Are you expecting a reaction from the players?
They have to react. I am expecting one, because I've been a footballer. I know where they're at, but I also know what it takes to get out of it, and you have to do it yourself. I can give them as much backing as they need. I can stand up for them in the press, but ultimately they have to find it within themselves to lift themselves this week, because it's too important.